YouTube, it's Above Average Cody, and today I want to tell you guys about the fastest way to improve on Halo Infinite Ranked, and that is through the way of VOD review. You guys have seen me VOD review good games, VOD review bad games, even VOD review other people's games. That is because it is the most important thing to do with your gameplay for a lot of different reasons, and again, I've done it a million times on the channel, but I feel like a lot of people may not still realize the value in watching back your own gameplay. First and foremost, what is VOD review? It is literally what I just said. You watch back your own gameplay, and you watch through your decisions, your movement, and even your own team decisions to kind of see what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and what you could probably do differently to not only possibly win that game, but to learn from your mistakes so that in the future, when you are put in a similar situation, you make the right decisions in that moment rather than making the wrong one and having to watch it back in the VOD review. Now, why even do this, and why am I saying it is the fastest way to get better? It is because no matter what rank you are in this game, guys, you can always improve, be it get to a higher rank, get more kills, die less, or even use equipment more effectively to help you and your team win the games. And to be honest, I see a lot of people in every single rank seem like the philosophy is if I just keep playing, I'll get better. And this leads to many bad games, and I've been here. You guys have seen me in this exact spot. Many games where you play bad and you go, what am I doing wrong? I feel like I'm doing everything right. I keep playing and it feels like I'm getting worse. Where am I going wrong? You guys have heard me literally preaching to Brent, Bandos, and Goose to tell me what I'm doing wrong. And the correct answer is, guys, only you can figure out what you are doing wrong. The biggest issue here that I'm seeing is a lot of people will keep playing and keep making these same exact mistakes. So how do you fix that? The real only way to fix that is to VOD review your gameplay, because when you VOD review, there is no pressure. You can pause, you can go back, you could play it in slow-mo, you could do all these different things that allow you to take in the entire situation. The score, the time left, the position of teammates, what weapons you have, what grenades you have, where you are on the map, are there teammates near you, are there enemies near you? Now that sounds like a lot of information to process, and that is because it is. In a game like Halo Infinite, there is a lot of different things going on, there are a lot of different things to think about, and that can lead to making the wrong decisions. And this is where you watch your VOD review, or your own gameplay, whatever you'd like to call it. You analyze the entire situation, and then that is where you can see you made a mistake. Or you could see things like, hey, I pushed this solo, I shouldn't have done that. Or, hey, I had a repulsor and I could have saved my life with that grenade. Or, hey, my teammate on the other side of the map needed help and I left him there completely alone in a 49-49 Slayer game. We could have won the game. All of this is things that you can see in VOD review where there is no pressure. And it's just really a great place to learn and see what you are doing wrong. And the reason this is the fastest way to get better, guys, is because there's no better way to see what you're doing wrong than to watch it back and go, that didn't look very good. Because in the moment when you just spawn up and die, you're not often thinking about, okay, why did I die? Or how did I die? Or how could I have avoided dying there? Instead, you just sit there, you look at your 10-second respawn and go, okay, let's do it all again. And this is how you end up in a blender. This is how you end up having a lot of bad games stacked up. And this is how you, frankly, either do not get better at Halo Infinite, or it takes a really long time to get better at Halo Infinite. It's kind of the classic example of you can keep getting 1% better every day with VOD review, seeing little tidbits you and your team are doing wrong, or you could keep making the same mistake and maybe taking a month to get that 1% better, which in the long run takes a really, really long time. And I guess it's worth me mentioning even why I want to bring up VOD review, as many of you already know this. It is because it took me a very long time to improve at this game, guys. You guys have been following my journey for a really long time. If you've been on the channel for 6 months, even a year on this grind to Onyx or whatever we call it nowadays, only recently in the last 1 to 2 months have I improved significantly at the game. At least I feel like I've improved significantly. I'm playing the game really different from how I used to, and just watching back my old gameplay, which maybe we'll do for a video soon, it looks completely different than it did in the past. And I attribute a lot of that to VOD review. Brent actually suggested a while back that after we play some games, we take some time to review the games and watch them back. And it may not feel great in the moment, especially if you're watching like a loss that you got absolutely destroyed in. But I find that when I go back into that map and mode, or find myself back in those similar situations that we VOD reviewed out and saw the decisions I was doing right and wrong, I find that when I get back in those situations, I see everything so clearly on the map. You instinctively move to the right directions, and frankly, you just react faster because you're spending less of the time processing all that information that I told you about, being what equipment you have, how many enemies are dead, how many teammates are dead. All of that information is just like in your head, and it's almost like you're taking in, and I said this in one of Eli's coaching sessions, it's like you're taking in 100% of the information, as opposed to processing 10% of the information and just making the wrong decisions over and over and over again. And I really do believe that this is the fastest way to get better, guys. Be it you VOD review your own gameplay, or you have a friend that's maybe a little better than you VOD review your gameplay, or you even go on Metafy and get coaching from Eli. Shout out to you, Eli, who's actually done some coaching sessions with me in the past. Whatever you choose to do, guys, I really believe this is the fastest and the best way to improve your gameplay. It is not always shooting bots and just moving around the map. Sure, that does help a lot, but it really is only a small percentage in what you can improve on in the ranked arena. I would take a player with very average aim but amazing team play over somebody with amazing aim and just horrendous team play, at least 9 times out of 10 when it's not a Slayer. So the importance of VOD review, guys, is really just more than I can explain in a video. I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm not saying it's the only way to get better. Some people, I'm sure, don't even need to do it. But it's worth mentioning that pros, the best Halo players in the world, arguably VOD review more than anybody does in the ranked arena ever. And if the best players in the world are still VOD reviewing their gameplay, guys, then there's probably something to be said about us players struggling to get better who are not VOD reviewing at all. So where am I going with this, guys? If you are struggling trying to get better and you really care about your gameplay and you feel like you've hit a plateau, watch back some games, either the really good games where you want to see what you're doing right, or the really bad games where you want to see where you're doing wrong. Go back, watch those games, watch your decisions, your movement, where you are, what equipment you have, and see what you can do differently. And after you do this a couple days, a couple weeks, even for an entire month, I promise you guys, you will see how quickly and how easily you will improve at the game with seemingly the easiest way to do it. It's really not that hard to sit back and just watch some of your own gameplay and take some notes, because if you do that, guys, like I said, you'll be very impressed at how quickly you can improve. But anyways, guys, share all of your thoughts on VOD review in the comments. Do you VOD review? Do you not VOD review? I'm interested to hear all of your thoughts down below. But outside of that, guys, subscribe to the channel. Tons of Halo content. Still trying to get better at the game. Trying to help you guys get better as well. That's always kind of been the motivation here on the channel. Aside from that, guys, leave a like, leave me a comment, and then finally channel memberships if you'd like support in that way. It helps me out a lot as a content creator, but please do not feel like you have to. But alrighty, guys, thanks so much for all the support lately. I've been very busy, but I've been doing my best to get these full-length videos out for you guys, and that's all there is to it. Thank you so much, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.